The devs over at Koei Tecmo, Team Ninja, put out a little tweet saying, "Hey, if you're a content creator and you're interested in a key for Ninja Gaiden 2 Black, just fill out this form." And I was like, "Oh wait, I have it on Game Pass." This is something that I strongly believe a lot of people are missing out on in terms of the benefit that this particular platform that's called Game Pass actually gives you. And I'm a PC user. I've been trying to tell my audience members that this exclusivity talk and all that, Game Pass is the exclusive. It actually makes you, think about gaming very differently. An audience member of mine said, finally, someone saying what I've been thinking. I own a PC, an Xbox Series X, and I have Game Pass Ultimate. Being able to try out a full game to see if I like it / see if it runs well on my PC is amazing. Also, having Play Anywhere is a plus. Some games might run well on Xbox but run like crap on my PC, or vice versa. Trying out a full game reminds me of the shareware days. The only difference is shareware games are large demos. This happened to me with Jedi Survivor. I bought the game on EA, their Origin store or their EA App Store. The performance was trash. I could not play the game. After beating Jedi Fallen Order, and basically I think there's only 3 more achievements on Steam that I need to get on that game. That's literally it. That's how much I like these games. Ended up playing it on Xbox, and that was the better version for me. I would have loved for the PC version to be better, but they didn't optimize their game to be able to take advantage of high-end hardware. And I have everything from a 4090 all the way to a 6750 XT in the middle there. I mean, it's insane that I can't play that game on almost any of my builds that I use for either production or gaming. Here's one thing that I want to go ahead and say. I've been looking at this conversation about exclusivity, and I really want to go ahead and point something out. Ladies and gentlemen, has anybody ever tied exclusivity to the health of game studios? Has anybody ever even decided that they're going to go ahead and assess what exclusivity does to or against a studio's health in an industry where the publishers all want their stocks to go up? Here's what I've come to the conclusion with. If you create an exclusive, that exclusive game better sell a ton of copies. If it does not sell a ton of copies, then you are in an unsustainable position. For instance, let's take 2 games, Marvel Spider-Man 2 and Mario Kart Deluxe 8. Now, shout at me all you want. I know that both games were bundled in some cases. Nintendo bundled Mario Kart. That's why it sold 72 million units. And PlayStation also bundled Spider-Man 2. But Spider-Man 2 failed to meet sales expectations because Shuei Yoshida's words when he was in that particular interview with the Kind of Funny Guy was that who would have thought that Helldivers 2 would outsell Marvel Spider-Man 2 in terms of units. This is why when we look back, we see that from the Insomniac leaks, that PlayStation was pressuring those studios, including Insomniac, to let go of some staff. Exclusivity is a hard sell for a sustainable market if you do not have your formula down. And sad to say, neither PlayStation nor Xbox has a formula that will basically push against the reality right now that we're seeing in the gaming industry with these live service games. I was having a conversation with an audience member of mine who was saying, exclusivity is this and exclusivity is that. So I started to basically poke and prod. One of the best things you can do is you need to ask questions. So I asked this audience member of mine, I said, if you think exclusivity is going to grow Xbox's platform, and let me give some context. In light of, that's the context, in light of the way live service games are the most played on the Xbox platform, then you should basically be the proof of that. You should go to the PlayStation platform for the games that you are interested in and buy a PlayStation for it. That way you will prove that if Xbox holds exclusivity, they're going to grow their Xbox console sales. This user told me that they're not going to do that because they need specific things that Xbox provides that PlayStation is not going to provide, thereby admitting that exclusivity is not enough. I think we can safely say that that argument is now moot. There's no need for us to be arguing that again because we've always had the data all this while, ladies and gentlemen. We've always known that that PlayStation and Xbox are playing games. Exclusivity is not their forte. Nintendo exclusivity is its forte because its games are selling. It has a hardware that filters out a lot of this bogus live service stuff. And again, it has brand recognition from the 80s, where parents and grandparents and great-grandchildren and all that know and are gifting their children Nintendo stuff. I walked up to a birthday party. This new Mario game had just come out. We had some friends. They did a birthday. The kid was opening gifts. Boom, opened a Super Mario game, $70 in his birthday present pack. I looked at my wife. I said, my goodness. And as a game, games coverage person on YouTube, you know how that hit me. That just hit me straight up like, dang. This boy ain't even 10 years old. His grandparents already know what to get him. His parents already know what to get him. And that's the difference between Nintendo and everybody else. You have to admit that the Nintendo gamer is a very different kind of gamer. The Nintendo gamer realizes and understands it's a very different thing. If PlayStation and Xbox went the purist mode and actually cultivated their own user base without locking third-party exclusives, they would have grown slow and as strong as Nintendo, but they grew fast because they were doing deals, shaking hands with everybody. You bring your game here, we give you this. But now that the ruse is over, that nobody is going to go buy that $500 box, including some of the Xbox players that keep saying exclusivity all day long, we now see that everyone is exposed. Guys, just because most of us live in the western part of the world, in the United States, where we have a higher GDP, a higher disposable income than other parts of the world, where you can hear somebody say, yeah, I'm going to buy both. I remember one day I was in GameStop trying to buy a controller or something, and the GameStop guy was like, yeah, we was thinking about the Xbox One or the PS4, and he was like, I'm just going to go ahead. I went ahead and bought both of them. And another guy was like, yeah, I bought both of them too. They have expendable income to do that. That's not the case with everybody else around the world. This is why majority of the world is on PC, because you don't have to be locked out of ecosystems when the console maker decides, okay, I'm done. You can play your games that are years old on the PC ecosystem and the PC platform. So let's get into this gaming thing from the perspective of quality and value that is being provided by both of them. When we look at both of them, we then eventually see, ladies and gentlemen, that one of them is now taking the stance of value proposition to grow slowly. That is Xbox. PlayStation has basically, honestly, burnt itself out by running after and chasing everybody else's game that can be exclusive on their consoles, not realizing that they're missing the mark. These developers are not being profitable when they lock their games to PlayStation. And so what's going on now is many of them are now buying licenses back. Kojima bought his license back. Ilphonic bought their license back. MLB said, give us a license so we can make money and not be broke on PlayStation's platform, because FIFA is making money. FIFA is bringing in $1 billion or almost more every year. Why are we going to be sitting here taking peanuts? If you don't want it, go away. PlayStation was like, well, okay. Right? So all of this stuff for PlayStation to sell boxes and sell units has been basically hardcore tactics more than actually exclusivity. Look at it. Look at what these guys have been doing. And now they're closing studios and people are saying, oh, well, it's a good thing. It's because they don't have money to make those games. Don't fool yourself. If they had the money, they would make those games. They had the money, they did make Concord. They had the money, they did make Helldivers 2. They had the money, they bought Bungie. But these other these other live service games, they ain't got the money for it. So they're cutting them back. In the PlayStation 6, the games that were supposed to maybe come out and basically complement the PlayStation, they're going to bring them off of you in PlayStation 6, make you think that it's a thing, and then they're going to go ahead and find a new developer that's new in the game, that's fresh, and say, hey, give us your nice-looking game, bro. We're going to give you this benefit, bro. Someone who's not experienced in the industry. That's why when Pearl Abyss was saying, unlike our, and when they asked them about Stellar Blade, they said, well, the Stellar Blade developers, they're new. They were, probably trying to get their inroads and stuff. And so they decided that they were going to go with PlayStation. But they themselves are like, nah, we're going to go on our own, man. We're going to go ahead and chill and enjoy, the fact that we can publish our games ourselves. It is this reality that everyone in the gaming industry is facing right now. Another question that must be asked is the studio math. Somebody needs to sit down and run the studio numbers so that we understand exactly what's going on. Thanks for watching the video. Talk to me in the comment section. Peace out.